What happened, puppies? Was that loud? Running for cover, buddies. I like how your brave dogs left you. Hey guys, welcome to this week's vlog. So this week the vlog's going to be a little different because I promised a couple of weeks ago that I'd do a run through of this house and give you a rundown of what it's cost us and what the renovations cost us and where we're at with it. So I'm going to do a bit of a walkthrough today and go through each room and tell you how much it's cost us to date, and then at the end of the vlog I'll run through what we actually purchased the house for and the total cost of renovation so far, and then we'll do a bit of an estimate of what we think it's going to cost us to finish the renovations and how long it's going to take, and we'll see who's closer, Albi or I. So let's get started. Okay, so I'll start with this veranda, which any of you guys that have been watching us for a while know that we pulled this whole veranda down and rebuilt it. So the cost to pull this veranda down and rebuild it was about $1,300. We reused the metal on this and we've put all new timber, new metal posts, concreted them in. That's the paint that we've had to paint the metal and the timber with. So $1,300 all up to redo the veranda. And then, as those of you who have been following for a while know, that I've basically repointed the whole house. I've got about half a wall to go. So all the pointing, all the materials to point it have cost us about $1,000. About $800 in lime putty and about $200 in sand. So about $1,000 so far it's cost us to repoint the cottage. That's for the inside and outside pointing to date. We still have to do more pointing, we need more lime putty and that, so I would estimate we've probably got about another $500 worth of expenses there. So, the other thing that I'll show you before we started, the other big cost that we've had is this electricity box. We redid all of the wiring and upgraded the actual meter box because it used to have the old ceramic fuses and it didn't have safety switches. It was done through a friend and he gave us a really good rate, so that cost us about $1,000 to upgrade that meter board, and then there was about another $500 worth of expenses throughout the house with power points and lighting and things like that. So all up, electricals have cost us about $1,500 so far. So now let's go inside and I'll start talking you through the cottage and the expenses that we've had in each room as we go. Okay guys, this is the lounge room as you walk in, and we've done a fair bit of work in this room. Before I start the actual lounge room though, I'll talk about the ceilings and the insulation, because we actually ripped every ceiling bar the kitchen out in this house and redid all of the ceilings and we re-insulated the whole house. We did call in a huge favour from a friend who basically did it at the cost of the materials, so all up, to do all the ceilings and insulate the whole house was around $3,500. So that's a price on each room, but I've just did a total figure for the whole of all the ceilings throughout the house. Okay guys, so this is our lounge room. We've done a fair bit of work in this room. Spent a lot of time removing all the slate and concrete on this fireplace, and if you go back and look through our channel you can see a vlog on how we did that. So we've done the fireplace. Actually didn't cost us that much money, probably a couple $100 to do that, but a lot of time and effort. And we picked up that combustion fire for I think about $400. So that wasn't a big expense but took a lot of time. We also did the VJ panel on both sides. I think it was about $250, but the biggest expense by far was putting this concrete down. So the concrete slab cost us about $2,800, and all up in this lounge room I think we have spent about $4,000. So the lounge room so far has cost us about $4,000. We're pretty much on the tail end of the cost for this. We've got some painting to do, we've got skirting boards and that, so, and the flooring. So the major expenses have probably been spent in this room. Next, I'll take you through to the first bedroom. We'll have a look at that, see what we've done in there so far and what that's cost us. This is the master bedroom through here. This is the one that we were working on recently, where we dug all of the dirt out. Okay, bedroom one, we've done a lot of work in it. There was a big crack in the wall which we've filled. The cost of that comes in as part of the total cost of all the pointing for $1,000. So the money we've spent in this room so far is actually zero, but we've put a lot of man hours into this room, refilling all the walls and digging out the concrete, and obviously the ceiling's already covered in the figure I gave you before. So far in this room we haven't spent anything, but we're soon to spend money because we've got to put a new concrete floor down. So I'll take you through now to the dining room and the second bedroom. Okay, so through here is our dining room and our second bedroom, and we did a fair bit of work in here. I'll bring you through here and show you what we've done. Okay, so this is the dining room, and through there is the second bedroom. So when we bought this place, it was one big long room. Albi and his builder mate built a wall there. So the cost in here to build that wall and divide it into two, so far we've spent about $650 in the dining room and the other bedroom. I'll take you through and show you what the bedrooms looks like. So the main cost here was the framing for this wall, the gyprock, the timber jam and the door. Okay, now off of the dining room we have our kitchen. I'll bring you into here and give you a look at this, but total spend in the kitchen so far has been zero. Kitchen was in pretty good condition. We were happy with it. It sort of suits the house. We are going to do some cosmetic changes, probably add a dishwasher and do some flooring, but other than that we haven't had to spend any money on the kitchen so far. Okay, that's the kitchen. Now we'll go through to the back half of the house, and that's probably where most of the work has happened and where a lot of the money has been spent to date. So I'll head out here to the back hallway here and through to the back door. So this used to be the back door here. There was an old wooden door here. It made the house very dark. So we removed this wooden door. Albi and his mate basically repitched this roof through, and they added on this section of the house here, completely removed the laundry roof and repitched that, and that meant that the toilet and laundry could then become part of the main building. So that and the sunroom, which is over here, which was also another complete rebuild. And the exterior of these rooms cost us about $5,000 all up. Okay, so this is the sunroom. In earlier vlogs you would have seen us painting this room and doing this room. It had the ceiling falling down, it had old louver windows, and it was basically falling down. So we redid a lot of the beams in the ceiling. We built a timber wall here. The whole room was gyprocked, put those windows in. I think the windows cost us about $1,000 to put in, and redid the whole room. So that's made it a much more bright and light room, which we can either use as a third bedroom or a sunroom now. And then we added on the laundry, which I'll take you to next. But before we go to the laundry, I'll take you over and show you the bathroom, which is directly opposite the sunroom, and show you what we've done in there. Okay guys, so this is the bathroom. The bathroom in total has cost us about $350. We put an exhaust fan in, some lighting, some mirrors, we've painted it, and that's about all we had to do. When they ripped down the ceilings and put new ceilings in, they repitched this because it used to be sloped as well, so they dropped this ceiling and made it flat so that we had more room for the exhaust fan. So a lot of labour and work involved, but not a lot of dollars. So this was $350 to redo this. There's not much left to do in here. We've got to do a bit of caulking and we've got to repaint the window, but other than that, the bathroom's basically finished now. Albi's done a lot of repair work on this hallway. We had huge holes here and also had big holes here in this wall where we removed the back door. So we've done a lot of pointing and packing that and fixed that. The next job in this hallway is we're actually going to put VJ panel in the hallway to get rid of the ugly old bricks and brighten this up. So that's probably one of the next jobs on Albi's list. Jackhammer up these tiles, get rid of those, there'll be new floor. So bit of work still to go in this area, but we're definitely a lot closer. And I'll take you through now to the laundry. This is our laundry. Those who've been following on the vlogs have seen the work that we've done in here. So it's a concrete wall up to about this height, and the ceiling used to finish here. So you used to have to duck your head to come in here. So they completely repitched this roof, and when I go outside you'll be able to see what they did. So from being a flat roof, it's a pitched roof, which gave us this height that we needed here. And then they've gypped rocked the walls and added some VJ panel, painted. I've included the cost of the laundry in with the total $5,000 because a lot of the cost of the laundry was actually rebuilding the framework for the laundry and redoing the new roof on it and all that. So a lot of money was spent on the actual framework and the exterior of the laundry. So I'll take you outside now and show you all the work that we actually did to the back half of the house and how we finished that off. Okay guys, and now if I come out to the back of the house, I'll show you what the back looks like, what they actually did as far as rebuilding the back of the house, and then I'll cover the cost of the pergola that they built. So I'll just show you what the back of the house looks like. Okay guys, so this is the back of the house. So as you can see, there's the laundry there. So they went from a flat roof over there to pitching the roof up on an angle. So they rebuilt and restructured the whole back of the house there. We then wrapped the whole house in corrugated iron because it used to be old concrete block and it was not very attractive. So we've put a skin of corrugated iron all around and put flashings all the way around, so that's included in that $5,000 that we've spent on the back half of the house here. And then I'll take you over here and show you the pergola. Okay, so this is the back pergola. Albi and his mate pulled this down because there was another one here that was really ugly and really poorly built, and it sloped down towards the house and wasn't really tall enough. They repitched it so it's higher at that end and slopes down this way, and Albi custom made these beams to come out so we could get up and past the gutter and over the roof of the house. So total cost of this with all the metal beams, the timber, the new iron on the roof, the paint and everything, I think comes in at about $2,500 to build this pergola. So now that I've given you a run through of all the rooms in the house, I'll sit down and I'll run through what we paid for the house, the total cost of all these renovations, and give you a lump sum figure of what it's cost us so far for this property. And then Albi and I will do an estimate of what we think it's going to cost us to finish the property and how long it's going to take. Okay guys, now for the bit you've all been waiting for. How much did the house cost us, Albi?
$220,000, Alison.
That's right. So it was $220,000, and then on top of that we had another $12,000 in legal expenses, stamp duty, rates and other. So all up for the cost of purchasing the house plus all the bits and pieces that go with it, $232,000. So it's a little 2 to 3 bedroom house on 3 acres, an hour from Adelaide, to give people perspective on what we actually purchased. And we purchased that just 2 years ago now. So we've been working on the renovations for just over a year, and total cost of the renovations to date is, what do you think, Albi? $20,000. We've spent pretty much bang on $20,000. So all up to date, it's cost us about $252,000 for this house. So now the big question is, how much do you think it's going to cost us to finish it? What's your estimate?
An extra from now or?
From now. What else will we spend on it? In its current condition to finished off.
I don't know, I'm guessing probably another 7 to 10 grand.
7 to 10 grand. Are we saying 7 to 10? I think it's going to be another 20. By the time we put in cooling, we put in flooring, and we finish all the bibs and bobs on it. So you're going to say 10?
Yeah, 10.
That's your figure? I'll be saying 10. I'm saying 20. How long do you think it'll take?
I don't know, maybe another 6 months. March.
March next year, you reckon?
Yeah.
We'll be finished at March next year. I'm going to say June next year. So I'm saying June next year, $20,000. Albi's saying March next year, $10,000. We'll revisit this when we finish it, and we'll tell you who was closer to the mark. Has it been worth it?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
And what's the biggest lesson you've learnt so far?
None really. Don't buy land in Pinery because it's full of rock.
I think the biggest lesson I've learnt so far is don't put a time frame on anything, because whatever you think it's going to take, it'll take 4 times as long. And if you can do it yourself, definitely do it, because it's probably saved us, I would think, $50,000 or $60,000.
You think the other people we've spoken to, it's probably saved us $100,000 by trying to get someone in to mortar the walls.
So to point the walls, if we got somebody in to do that, we probably would have had to pay about $50,000 from what other people have told us they've paid and from quotes and that. So we'll probably say $50,000 repointing it ourselves, and then by Albi calling in favours from mates and that on the trades, we've probably saved another, what, 10 to 20,000 there, and doing it ourselves. So yeah, I think by the end, doing it ourselves, we'll probably have saved, probably close to $100,000. So I suppose my advice to anyone out there is give it a go.
Yeah.
So that's it from us. That's what the house has cost us so far. We're about to get stuck into this little cottage in a big way, because we want to have it finished by March or June. No, we actually want it finished by December, but we're being realistic here. It's not going to be finished by December. But we're hoping it'll be a lot more livable by then. We really want flooring in, and we want it to start to look like a home. So next step, tune in next week, because we're going to get stuck into that floor. We need to get the pegs in, we need to get the gravel down so we can get the concrete in. Once that's done, then we're going to hopefully be able to finish off the front 2 rooms, actually have a master bedroom, have a lounge room, work our way into here, get these floors done, and then all of a sudden she should start to look a lot more like a home. And subscribe if you want to see the rest of this build and see if we're anywhere near the mark on our prices. Right guys, so my dad's made it to Pinery. It's my dad, Bruce, and him and Sal both made it. I think we've been here for 2 days or something
2 days,
now.
yeah.
Yep. I guess everyone will want to know, what do you think of the place?
It's already had a very big impression on me. If I had to sum it up in one word, it's tranquility. This is such a peaceful environment. Where I've lived before, of course, I grew up in Wollongong at a time when the number of houses was basically the same as this, but nothing like the same sort of quality of housing. And then, of course, I spent many years living on campus at Sydney Uni, and then Marrickville, and now this is a total change of environment, which I think is very, very good as far as, you know, just having a great time. And Sally, of course, has just taken over the property. Fortunately, she's got a huge backyard to run around in, and basically she wears herself out during the day, and I've got to try and wake her up of a morning, whereas before 6 a.m. she was up on the bed and waking me up before. So I think it's going to work out very well. One of the obvious things is the lack of noise, apart from the constant bird song, which we have in the background. Very, very little traffic, and you don't hear very much. Good clean air, and the other thing which I experienced many, many years ago when I was a little kid was admiring the Milky Way at a time where in wartime the windows had to be blacked out, and so you had this magnificent display of stars and planets. And I come out here and that's the norm here, which is fantastic. There's so much light pollution, of course, in Sydney and also in Wollongong now that you just don't see that. But I think it's a wonderful environment as far as I'm concerned. And Sally's, I've got a extension of my family in terms of the involvement with 4 generations of the family, and Sally has
a new crew
become part of the crew very quickly.
Yep, so, they've been very good. They've welcomed her.
Yeah.
So you're part of the crew, aren't you? Yeah, you got new friends. Yeah.
Yeah. All in all, I think it's a wonderful environment for me. Yeah.
Yep. So
very happy to have made the change.
Dad's settled in fairly well, and you're happy with the house?
Yes. And the other thing is, I've always been interested in historic features, and particularly one of the things that I've watched happen over my lifetime is the destruction of so much of our heritage in Sydney, in Wollongong, so that basically I cast Wollongong now as Anywheresville, in that all the historic buildings, or a very large proportion of them, have been replaced with buildings that have no architectural merit at all. And unfortunately the same applies to a large extent to Sydney. Even on campus at Sydney University, which has some magnificent sandstone buildings, and now they're putting up glass wall monstrosities, blanketing the campus. So yeah, no, this is very, very nice and livable, and yeah.
Yeah, so you will all see plenty more of Dad and Sal, who's sitting over there in the shade.
You can.
She's become definitely part of our little crew. There she is. Haven't you, Sal? Yep, you're enjoying yourself here. So for all those fans of Sally, and I know she's got plenty of them, she's got her own Facebook page, Sally has. If you want to follow Sal on here, please feel free to do so, because she'll be no doubt wandering around helping us, because since she's got here, that's what she seems to want to do. And our guys have been very good with her. LJ's maybe had a nose out of joint a little bit. Didn't quite know how to take her to start with, but they've settled in. And the little guys, they like everybody. So yeah, it's been good. So
Sally's not jealous of me. She's sitting on my lap.
No, we thought Sally might take a little bit to get to know the other dogs, but it's almost like she's always lived here now. She doesn't seem to be. We thought she'd be very unsettled, and even travelling over in the car, she was very good in the car.
Yep.
She just took it like a champ. Everywhere we stopped, she was like keen to get out and look around. We thought she might be a bit out of sorts with all the travel, but no, she's done very well. So yeah, this is my dad. He'll feature on the vlog. We will continue to work on the post office, and also we're going to really push to get the little cottage finished as well. So for all of those people that are enjoying watching what we do, please consider subscribing, because I think we've just gone over 900 subscribers now, which is awesome. Thank you guys for all your support, and tune in next week, because we'll be back at the little cottage, but we'll continuously be here doing the garden, and I am dividing those dahlias at the moment. So for all those people that are interested, please let me know if you'd like a few, because I'm going to send a few packs out to people that are interested. I don't think I can send to WA or Tasmania, but other than that, let me know. I know there's 2 people that have already said they're interested. If anyone else is, please leave a message in the comments. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. Thanks.
Thank you.